Social media posts by Patriotic Alliance President Gyton McKenzie and Minister of Sports, Arts and Culture, in which he uses highly offensive and racist generalizations, including the use of the egregious K word, are unforgivable. Black South Africans in particular endured painful and dehumanizing oppression based on and informed by the kinds of racist attitudes and assumptions that McKenzie shares in these social media posts. We have struggled over the last 30 years to try and build a nation that is united despite our highly divisive past. And part of that struggle has been to overcome the kinds of racist tropes and racial assumptions about supremacy that are shared in these social media posts. We all share a duty to condemn and confront racist language and racist attitudes. And no one is exempt from accountability. DA MP Ronaldo Gous was fired as a Member of Parliament for using similar language in 2010. The question is how Gyton McKenzie is going to be held accountable, or whether he will do the right thing.
I really hope that Gyton, those 4 people from the podcast, and whoever else, all these other racists, get taken to the South African Human Rights Commission. Because how can you be racist and then cry because other people are being racist? How can you defend a race when you are busy being racist to a different race? And I'm so sick of colored people that suddenly decided this is their chance to show their racism. What have black people done to you? And don't say, because I saw some idiot saying, yeah, you know how black people are, they steal their way. So do whites, so do colored, so do Indians. Those are called criminals. Doesn't matter what skin color they have. There's not just black people or brown people or white people in jail. They just haven't all been caught. So, stop being racist assholes. And Gyton deserves what he gets.
The most jarring tweets for me are not necessarily the K-word tweets. It's the other tweets. The K-word tweets, sure, get you born. The other tweets, there's one tweet I saw where he was like, Zim, Congo, and Kenyan women are ape-looking. What? What does that mean? And the thing that's, I think, hurting my brain is Gyton utwanelina, like phenotypically, agayazim wafita in, like reatwana. So Harry ape looking uipona byang. Do you get what I mean? Another tweet I saw where he was like, yeah, it was like, yeah, you know, if you wanna look at the back of a buggy, it ain't nothing about nothing. Them niggas be thinking, I put them in the back of a buggy too. What are you saying? Like, what are you saying? There's another tweet where he was like, I'll save some white people before I even save some black people. Like, and the thing is, these aren't like he's not quote tweeting or another tweet. He's just out of the blue. These are his tweets, his original thoughts that he was like, he grabs his BlackBerry when he was 40 and he's like, you know what? I'm gonna make this tweet unprovoked, just vibes, no nothing. And no, they keep coming, dude. I'm thinking I've seen all of them. they keep coming. And it's because the first person who unearthed the K-word tweets searched Gyton K-word and they found those ones. The juice is the ones where he wasn't even saying the word. He was just talking his shit every single day.
South Africa. This is what happens when you invite yesterday's wolf to guard today's sheep. When you give the keys of the house to the same man who once picked the lock. Gyton McKenzie's old tweets didn't come from nowhere. They came from the same man who once lived the life he's now supposed to protect us from. Over 10 years ago, he was tweeting the K-word, Buffett. He was tweeting the K-word, spitting on the same black people he now claims to serve. But back then, he was not a minister. He wasn't the face of sports, arts and culture. He was a man in the streets, living fast, chasing power, and never thinking he'd have to answer to history. But here's the trick about history. It waits. It writes everything down. And one day, it cashes the check. Now, the same man is in a suit, smiling for the cameras, speaking unity, but carrying receipts from a time when unity wasn't in his vocabulary. And we, the voters, we put him there because we kept mistaking charisma for character. And we keep electing redemption stories without checking if the ending has really changed. So here's the lesson. If you plant a thorn tree, don't be shocked when it pricks you. Even if you water it for 10 years, and if we keep planting criminals in our parliament, we shouldn't cry when they grow into ministers who forget the soil they came from. Next election, check the roots before you praise the fruit.
It's not raining, it's pouring right now in the Patriotic Alliance. Gyton McKenzie is in hot water. Before we get right into it, I want to read you guys the tweets, the receipt that people are fetching of him. Hey, the question is, are we going to have such a minister? Do we want to have this kind of leader in our country right now? Let's read these tweets first. So these are Gyton McKenzie's tweets. So he says here on the first one, a Kafar's sole ambition is to collect a certain number of cattle to buy a wife with. Uti, a certain ambition, a sole ambition of a Kafar, of umdomnyama, is to collecting inkomo. After collecting inkomo, athenga umfazi, and then kuphele ngaye. Then his second tweet is replying to someone. He says, when we colored say kafir, it's the same as when we call each other colored bushi or Indian coolie, purely descriptive. So uti, when I'm a colored esithi kafir, it's not I took ilonto. It's like calling another colored bushi. Uyabona? But Gyton McKenzie is the same person today who's defending coloreds from black people, black kids who said something about colored people. Yeah, now when he was confronted about it, he said it was just descriptive. When a colored can't be racist towards a black person, it's descriptive. Today, he is crying racist of what black kids said about colored people. Yeah, then he says here, words like tenderpreneur and black diamond basically just describe you as a better kafir. Then he says words like black diamond basically means you are a better kafir. Stop naming and giving nonsensical titles to blacks. Kuchoban, the same Gyton McKenzie. I definitely want to include this tweet as well, where he says that Herman Mashaba's action and posture towards foreigners is typically that of someone who played no part in the struggle. Gyton McKenzie, the Gyton McKenzie today who says, abahambi. These are the stance he once held. Gyton McKenzie did what? He just wanted votes. So he also tweeted this morning and said, the whole campaign to find something racist I ever said is hilarious because you have now gone 13 years back and can't bring out the one racist thing I ever said. I always and still fight that colors and blacks are one people. Being treated differently is mistaken. Kuchobani says Gyton. Then there is this tweet that I almost missed. He says that F you all. That says all whites are racist. In the event of a fire, there are some whites I will save before I save some blacks. Says Gyton McKenzie. Now let's quickly look at the comments. I'm interested in Maibuye's comments. So Maibuye comments and says, Minister Gyton, this issue isn't whether someone can dig up something you said 13 years ago. It's about what you say now and the impact those words have today. You can't claim to see colors and black as one people while making statements that divide or diminish the experience of either group. Fighting for unity means using language that heals and builds trust, not one that reopens wounds or fuels suspicion. True leadership is measured by consistency, not by selective memory. Then Unikutiap, I would switch off my phone if I was you tonight, which I said the same thing. I said, you shouldn't be tweeting right now. Enjoy wine and some jazz. Watch the night sky because it's going.
Hello Mzansi, welcome to Umgoso Mzansi. People want Gyton McKenzie to be removed as a Minister of Sports, and ma-tweets akhe akudzala bo-2015 le bantu bawalandzele ayakhombisa ukuthi uGyton McKenzie kudzala racist and he is still racist. Lokwenta abantu bavele basho ukuthi nema-tweets akhe nje ayenza into tibe worse, avumelana even i-statement sakhe lasishilo ukuthi yena he was probably the most racist person lesike asambona emhlabeni. So people are saying ukuthi he needs to be removed as minister. Some even saying ukuthi kumele bamthathele ma-legal actions because why abeka statement lesifana nalesi as a minister futhi, and he's not just a random person, he's a minister. So people are saying ukuthi they are very disappointed at uMcKenzie because utfaka la ngangeni khona bese ukhuluma kakhulu atfake nasenkingeni, but people are even saying ukuthi ma-Twitter akhe njena ngiwo la wente tinto daba even worse, davumelana futhi ne-statement sakhe lasendile. Please do comment what you think below down in the comment section. I'm signing out. Goodbye.